Today's video is about a young woman named Jenny who wants to confess a terrible sin she had committed. In a small village, situated in the heart of a dense forest, there lived a Buddhist monk named Ananda. Ananda was known throughout the village for his wisdom, compassion, and the calm smile that always graced his lips. His presence brought comfort to those who sought his guidance. One warm summer evening, as the villagers gathered in the temple to hear Ananda's teachings, a distraught woman named Jenny entered with tears streaming down her face. She fell to her knees before the monk and confessed a terrible sin she had committed. Jenny had stolen a precious heirloom from the temple, a golden lotus sculpture, and hidden it in her home. "I'm consumed by guilt, Honorable Ananda," Maya sobbed. "I beg for your forgiveness." Ananda looked at Jenny with kind eyes and said, "Jenny, the path to forgiveness begins with acknowledging one's wrongdoing. You have taken the first step. Now, return the stolen lotus to its rightful place, and we shall speak of forgiveness." Jenny did as she was told and brought the golden lotus back to the temple. The villagers watched in anticipation, wondering how Ananda would respond to such a grave transgression. Ananda took the lotus in his hands, his face unreadable. Then he placed it gently on the altar and turned to Jenny. "Jenny," he said, "forgiveness is like the blooming of a lotus. It begins in the muddiest waters, but with time, patience, and a heart filled with compassion, it emerges pure and beautiful." He continued, "You have returned what was stolen, and that is a noble act. But true forgiveness lies not only in returning what was taken, but also in understanding the root of your actions and striving to amend your ways. Jenny, do you promise to seek the path of righteousness and compassion from this day forth?" With tears of gratitude, Jenny nodded vigorously, vowing to change her life for the better. Jenny then gathered the villagers and shared a profound teaching on the power of forgiveness. He spoke of how forgiveness was not just a gift to the one forgiven, but also a liberation for the one offering forgiveness. He explained that harboring anger and resentment in one's heart was like carrying a heavy burden, weighing down the soul and hindering spiritual growth. As the weeks turned into months, Jenny worked diligently to make amends for her past actions. She volunteered in the temple, tended to the village gardens, and helped her neighbors in any way she could. Her genuine efforts to change and her commitment to living a more virtuous life inspired others in the village to follow suit. One day, news reached the village that a band of thieves was planning to raid their homes. Fear and anxiety swept through the villagers, and they turned to Ananda for guidance. Ananda, as always, remained calm. He gathered the villagers and said, "Fear not, my friends. Instead of seeking revenge, let us try a different path, forgiveness and understanding." The villagers were skeptical, but they trusted Ananda's wisdom. Together, they decided to leave their doors unlocked that night and to greet the thieves with open hearts. As darkness fell, the thieves entered the village expecting an easy plunder. To their surprise, they found no resistance, no anger, only open doors, and the villagers calmly awaiting them. As the thieves encountered the village's kindness and hospitality, their hearts began to soften. They realized that their life of crime had been a result of their own suffering and desperation. In the presence of forgiveness, they felt a glimmer of hope for a better future. In the days that followed, the thieves decided to abandon their life of crime and join the villagers in their quest for a more peaceful and virtuous existence. They began working alongside Jenny and the others, gradually transforming themselves into honest and responsible individuals. Word of this extraordinary event spread far and wide, and people from distant lands came to the village to learn from Ananda and witness the power of forgiveness in action. The once impoverished village prospered, not just materially, but also spiritually, becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who sought the path of forgiveness. In the end, the stolen golden lotus that had sparked Jenny's journey toward forgiveness had played a pivotal role in transforming an entire community. Through Ananda's wisdom and Jenny's redemption, the village had proven that forgiveness was a force capable of healing wounds, mending broken lives, and illuminating the path to a brighter future. As Ananda often reminded the villagers, the lotus of forgiveness blooms in the heart that embraces compassion and lets go of hatred. It is the most precious flower one can cultivate, for it not only heals the wounds of others, but also frees the one who forgives from the chains of anger and resentment. And so, in the forest village, the story of Jenny and the golden lotus became a testament to the boundless power of forgiveness, a reminder that even the darkest of deeds could be transformed into the purest of intentions through a heart filled with compassion and a willingness to forgive. Forgiveness means different things to different people, but in general, it involves an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger. Letting go of grudges and bitterness can make way for improved health and peace of mind. Forgiving a person who has wronged you is never easy, but dwelling on those events and reliving them over and over can fill your mind with negative thoughts and suppressed anger. Yet, when you learn to forgive, you are no longer trapped by the past actions of others and can finally feel free. The most challenging aspect of forgiveness is forgiving ourselves for holding on to a grudge for so long. Start with forgiving yourself. Do you forgive yourself for holding a grudge? Forgiving yourself is the first step that will open up space to forgive other people. Forgiveness is a commitment to change. It takes practice. To move toward forgiveness, you might recognize the value of forgiveness and how it can improve your life. Forgiveness is very powerful. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who may benefit from these insights. Together, let us embark on a journey of self-improvement and create a positive impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. Thank you, and have a great day.